Titan Fragrances here. Welcome to my channel. This is where I, as an enthusiast, as a collector, I share my thoughts, my experiences with different fragrances. So hopefully we can find your next favorite fragrance. So, as you're going to see by the title, this is impressions of a house or house offerings. Pretty recent house, as a matter of fact. They had reached out to me. This is 3N1 Parfums, and asked if I would kind of sample some other stuff and do a little take on what they have. And of course I said, of course, I'd love to. They were gracious enough to send me a couple samples, and I did do a first impressions on it. And I wanted to do as quick a turnaround as I could, because I was really impressed by not only their customer service and the product, that I quickly turned around and bought some more. So I'm going to definitely support those companies that are providing what I feel is a quality product and great customer service. And if you aren't following fragrances on YouTube, on Facebook, I do recommend it. There's a lot of guys out there and gals that offer some great insight, can definitely have the same passion, same love for fragrances that you may have as well. But like I said, let me cover their house real quick on some of the offerings and what I got and what I ended up getting. And like I said, if you're interested, I'll leave on the links down in the comments down below, where you can actually find the link for my first impressions on what I did get initially, and I'll kind of highlight it right now. But without further ado, let me start out with one of the ones they did send to me. And it was really, whenever I chose the three different things, they sent a little 10 ml, they sent a little 15 ml, and then they sent me a 30 ml, which, depending on your collection, I definitely recommend. I'm a 30 ml kind of guy. Quite a few fragrances I'm probably never going to burn through 100 mLs, even if it's a heavy hitter, because I do rotate quite a bit. So as you're growing your collection or thinking of growing your collection, that would be one of the things I would look at instead of investing towards just a big 100 ml. I know the price per mil may seem better at the time, but if it's just extra 80 mLs or 70 mLs sitting on the shelf, it may not. You could have spent that little savings gone to something else. I go a little higher price per mil. That's okay, because liquid just sitting on the shelf isn't doing anything, right? So they sent those initial offerings. This one was kind of a barometer for me in comparison to. I do like. I like designers. I like the niche, but a lot of these, what I've gravitated towards lately, a lot of is these independent houses. I think they're offering a great bang for your buck without breaking the pocketbook, of course. And you can definitely get a sample of a lot of things. And they're doing a lot of inspirations and a lot of mashups, a lot of blends, which I really do like. Or they're even doing their own stuff as far as, their own creations. And they're really coming out with some really great stuff that I think is going to hopefully would keep niche and designer houses on their game, on their toes, to providing a great quality product for all of us, right? So I got Fierce. I have other replicas of this or clones of this or inspirations, and I did it more as a barometer, and it's pretty spot on. I think it's, from what I recall, I don't have it, but from what I recall from yesteryear and from what I have other clones of, this is pretty spot on, 90 percentile, mall scent, of course, definitely very, very mass appealing. Just all around great scent. And I did it again. I asked for this as more of a barometer to gauge what other ones, because I really was more interested in their blend lines, and that's what I really requested. So they sent me that one. Great. Appreciate it. Big shout out to Norm and Sherry and Christian. Probably the whole crew out there. I think they've been doing some phenomenal work. When I reached back out to them, I ordered, and within days it was home. And they securely package everything, delivery, everything was awesome. So highly recommend checking them out on Facebook. This one was one of the ones I ordered just because it is summer. It's called Summer Swag. Now, it's their blend of Creed, Jardin de Amalfi, and Xerjoff Neo. I don't have either of those. I just got it because it is summertime. It is very hot down here. I thought, what the heck? Let me see what kind of offerings they got. Now, this one does come across very soapy clean. It is definitely, I need a lot more wearings on this one, because I really hadn't. I've been kind of going through the others and everything. So this one is something I'm going to work on, and I'll bring something in the future on this one. but it really is soapy clean. Again, I don't have those to compare to, so it's hard for me to say, but I do, at initial sprays, I do like this one. Now, the other one, I did get the Aventis. This is ACDC, Aventis Cologne and Bleu de Chanel. And what you get is a very bright, fresh opening, that DNA of Aventis Cologne. And it's blended well with the woody, the classiness of a Bleu de Chanel. It's very, very appealing. I mean, this is definitely one of those great work scent, great all the time, easy reach. This is going to be just those two DNAs mashed up together. They did a phenomenal job, I think, of capturing each one and still having their own individuality in the fragrance. And really fresh, really good. I think you can't go wrong for this as an all-round beater, as an all-round signature scent. I think this is something that wear to the office, wear anytime, dress it up, dress it down. I think it really lends well to any situation. Now, this one, Illicit Sauvage. They had sent me this was the one I got in a little 10 ml. I sprayed it once, loved it. I gave that to a cousin of mine for him to sample, kind of introduce him to this house, because I really do like it that much. I'm going to recommend it to my family. I'll recommend it to you guys. This is Elysium and Sauvage. I don't know which iterations of either, but the DNA of that Elysium I think lends itself so well to blend with other fragrances, and especially I think Elysium on its own, as you'll see me talk about it on other videos, lends well to go through different seasons. It's really a versatile fragrance, but I think it really shines in spring and summer, and they did capture it pretty well here. And then you get that. It ain't overpowering like this, especially Sauvage EDT. It's so loud. It's so in your face. This is a subdued Sauvage. The metallicness is really toned down, but it's so well, I think, balanced with the Elysium. It complements itself so well. Like I said, I got the little 10, sprayed it, tried it one time. I made it a point to say I'm going to get this bottle, and I did. I put my money where my mouth is. I reached out to him and I said, this is going to be one of the bottles I get. And I got it. Now, this one, love or hate, I think that this thing just is hot down here in Houston, Texas. This is Invicta Fitch, which is their iteration of Fierce, and Invictus Aqua 2016, right? The legendary, let's see here, where do I got this boy right here, the one that is coveted and sought after many times. Great summer scent, and it's just taking the mass appeal of that Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, blending it with the sweet aquaticness of and toning down the sweetness. It ain't uber sweet. It's definitely fresh. But the Invictus DNA, whether you like it or not, it's a very mass appealing. It's a compliment getting type of thing. If you're into that, it's definitely not going to be anything that's anyone's going to be put off, especially with this one, because it's toned down. It's not in your face like the original OG Invictus can come across very sweet, bubblegummy in a sense, and it can be off-putting to many people. But this right here, when you take it with the Invictus Aqua and really blend it, I mean, it's perfectly balanced, I think, perfectly blended with the other one to create an all-around summer scent. Man, this is definitely just super pleasing. Like I said, I definitely enjoy this one so much. And I had to quickly turn around and do a video on it because I just enjoyed it that much. And I do think that these houses like 3N1 Parfums and others are doing a great job for you guys. They're going to be some where you can look towards and really not break the bank and really spread your collection out and really go into something new. And that's what I really enjoy about the channel. Being able to reach out to you guys and hopefully bring something that you may not have thought of, something that you may hopefully steered you in a direction that you would have never thought of going. So if you like the content, I do ask for your support. It's real simple. Don't cost you nothing. You just subscribe down below. And of course, interact in the comments. I really enjoy that stuff. And I try to get back to everyone as soon as I can. So that's from me to you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Have a very blessed night.